So wait, people, and welcome back to the Banner Saga 3. Oh boy. The warps are becoming more relentless. That's fun to know. Get up, Juno breathes into your ear and you rise at the start. You're not sure where you are or how you're still alive, but you hurt. Juno pushes to keep moving, so you pick up a couple unconscious ravens and push aside the pain. Okay. We've got one more day. How? Complaints of aching feet and sore back somehow takes your mind to Alfred, or maybe you sense something from the corner of the eyes. The dim ghost of a light approaches from the distance, and the caravan rushes to it. Alfred is alone. She shakes her head. He was not interested in talking, but I may have been able to lead him astray. You remind the others not to waste this opportunity. Oh, great. So, Bearsley's gone. No? How much further to the White Tower? Is that it? Please tell me that's it. Warped dredge bodies ornament this hill like crenellations. Some sitting or slumped, all dead. What happened here? Grunts Valgard, pushing one over with his foot. Hundreds can be seen from the hilltop, and they look suspiciously arranged. This wasn't a battle, Valgard continues, noting the same. Juna and Avon have nothing to add. Wait, what if this is a warning of some kind for something ahead? And we will... don't know or care. Just keep moving. Fatum, Ollie adds, putting a bookend on the conversation. You leave the bodies to their resting places. Please be the White Tower. Please be the White Tower.
The White Tower looks
Yes!
when I first saw it.
No!
Now soars above our heads, dwarfing any structure made by kings or Ra. This is where our troubles began. And with luck, where they will end.
I have a feeling... yeah, great. Armies have crashed against the steep black cliffs of Arberrang before, as the warp do now. You retreated again, and it was costly. Thousands more dead, but necessary. Banshee wails went on long into the encroaching night, but the black rock wall has never been breached, the menders tell you. Even with so many slaughtered, the space is scarce. Aleo nods you and you tell him you're going to get some air. Outside the crowded gathering halls, survivors camp in different clusters. You wonder how many families sewn up upon your banner are just memories now. Then you note how strange the silence sounds. The clans have lost their taste for troublemaking, and even the warps have withdrawn. Maybe you're safe up here. Maybe the menders are right. Yeah, no. Shit. Okay. That's concerning. Oh. We're so dead. Although the White Tower's right there, so we just gotta buy, like, a day and a half more, maybe? Please? Fatigue draws you into stupor. It feels weird to be doing nothing, Aleo says, breaking the silence. Spirits are low. Maybe this would be a good chance to see how everyone's holding up? Great. Let's go talk to some people. The Scrivener is scratching diligently at his papers. He looks up. Scathach halts whatever conversation he and Ubin were having. Hello, Hunter. Found yourself a little patch of quiet and don't know what to do with yourself. Something. I saw something. Mouse. The eye of the storm, as the poets say. You start predicting the weather when you've been around long enough. Or maybe you just talk about it more. The old Varl stopped scratching his notes to talk. Ever seen anything like this? You know, I've heard mankind take being called old as an insult, but I never knew why. Now let me think. Well, the fall of Skirminstead was something to behold, half a city sinking into the Silverstone. And Grofheim was even bigger. But something like this? No, it was not. Funny how our memories measure worth, isn't it? I remember my companion Gunnulf telling me I look like an eggplant better than I recall the city sinking beneath the waves. That's why I like to write these things down. Scathach says something in his own tongue and Ubin laughs. He says I don't look like an eggplant. The old Varl stopped scratching notes to talk. What you been writing? Stories, mostly, but not like the Menders and Skalds, no. The Menders write about what's in the past, and the Skalds stretch fantasies about what happened. The historical writings are mostly useless, if you ask me. Even a perfect record is only as good as the man reading it, and most of us aren't that good. You mean we remember things the way that suits us best. You can spin a dozen different morals from the same yarn. Indeed, we're all a bunch of liars at heart. I write stories about people. When someone reveals their hopes and fears, that's the truth of things, even if it's a lie. Understand? One of the reason I learned to talk to people. One of the reason I learned to talk to people, like the horseborn. Something about that doesn't sit right in my brain, but okay. I'd like to speak with the Dredge, too, one day, if they'll have me. The old Varl stopped scratching its talk. What about Dalaland? Because that's where you went. Why don't you ask them yourself? Uwin says a few words to Scathach, who nods. Uwin translates the best he can. I am a trader. I've traveled more than most and never seen the end of our lands. Maybe they are endless. Men have said it is empty, but they are wrong. They only think it is empty because they move too slowly. When the sun stops, we celebrate. It is a blessing. It is warmth and freedom. But then the shattering split our land into pieces. Now each piece is small and empty. I think my kind becomes restless here. They talk a lot about the brave who tried to outrun the darkness. They have already become legend. Maybe they are still running across the Dalaland. I like to imagine this. Your city is heavy and cold, and made for men to walk slowly in circles, but go nowhere. I will be glad to see the sun again. He looks a little wistful and nods his head to say he's done. The old Varl stopped scratching notes to talk, and we'll leave you to the work. No worries. If you want to talk, I'm glad for company. Out of curiosity, what are you planning to do with your writings if the darkness overtakes us? Leave it for someone else to find? Ewan's smile suddenly falls from his face as he realizes it'll become warped. Would you believe I hadn't thought of that? Maybe a horseborn could... No, not without a mender. Maybe we could spare mender to... Damnation. We'll have to live. There's no way around it now. Yeah, now that I'm writing, it is when you have to live. That's the only reason. Let's go talk to Zephyr and see if... I don't know. Zephyr is overseeing the menders, looking just as drained, if not more. She calls you by name. I've heard more about you since coming to Arberrang. Seems like these people owe you a great deal. Yes. I didn't do it on my own. No, he had me guiding his every move. Close enough, though. I wish I had supported you better at the gates. I also heard you traveled with a Varl named Yngvar. That seemed quite a coincidence, at first. You consider what to say. The light spell, yes, please tell. Not easily. Things went bad at Manahar, and I was the only one left in the aftermath. I spent days trying anything I could think of against the darkness. I nearly gave up, but what Juna and Aven must have done, nobody thought it was possible. When you become a Valka, are you all forced to take an oath to be as vague and mysterious as possible? It seems like that, doesn't it? I'm sorry, it would be hard to believe if I told you. Try me. I believe they've pulled down and shattered the black sun that resides inside the earth. Okay, I can see your point. You consider what to say. Yngvar, yeah, what about Ivor? He is well known, especially amongst the Dredge. They say he once slew a sun deer called Ray's, who carried Bellower's child. Ruin was Ray's sister. It is my belief that Ruin probably came to Arberrang hoping to find Yngvar. In the face of this darkness, the other sun deer have scattered to the wind, but Ruin wanted revenge, even if it meant killing everyone in the way. Are you saying all the people who died in the siege was because of Ivor? And I can only imagine it is why Bellower chased you all the way to Beauregard. I suppose there's no point in secrets anymore. After the Great War, the Valka tried to broker peace with the Dredge, and mostly succeeded. But one of the conditions was that we deliver the Varl named Yngvar. They call him Destroyer. We searched, but never found him. Juna and Aemond would almost certainly have recognized him. Did they ever mention this? I don't... They never left anything. Never said anything. And then they just happened to take Ivor with them to the White Tower. This is concerning. I just wish I knew their intentions. You trust your friend Ivor completely? Yes. Then you were right to let him go, and that itself gives me hope. What's your plan now? To keep this light lit as long as I can. In the early days, the Valka had nearly godlike powers. They spent generations obsessed with immortality. It has become diluted over time, of course. Did you know that the Valka raised the black rock plateau we're standing on, pulled straight out of the earth? The unnaturally dark rock is the same material Dredge used to make their armor, believe it or not. That was long before I was born. Me, I've learned a few tricks, but all I can do now is share the same blind hope that if we just hold out... Well, maybe this will be more of use to you than me. The Valka retrieves an item from the fold of her cloak and hands it to you. Something. Not long now, make the most of your time. You consider what to say. Well, there's nothing left. I only wish I could have done more. Thanks for that. Oh, there's a tower. We got a thing? What did we get? This one. Clasp of Kine. +3 all talents, +1 will per turn, +1 armor per turn, +1 break. That is amazing. Rook, you get that. And who wants this one? Where's Hakon? Oh, I didn't... Oh, right, he was busy doing other stuff. Well, that's fine for now. We're probably gonna have to battle here, aren't we? The dwarves have not been able to scale the Black Wall since coming a day ago. Many want to take full advantage of the respite, others call it folly. Keeping a full watch now means forcing fatigued and wounded survivors to take turn. Some haven't slept in days. Exhaustion is a bigger threat right now. Let volunteers take the watch. Force everyone to take their fair turn. The wall's never been breached, so it should be able to hold out for a while, right? I mean, if we're all gonna die anyway, we might as well do it awake. The few who protest loudest begin yawning through their... Yeah, they soon give up. Vigilance falls to the wayside, but the warp do not come, for now. They say it was luck. If it means everyone has a chance to recover, the risk is... Yeah. Couldn't scale the wall. They didn't. Basement. Oh god, that's worrying. How much time are we buying? A woman comes to you quietly, in confidence. Saw a whole bunch of the fools, she confides. Drunk as boiled owls, laughing it up down there. Some of the men have snuck downstairs to take advantage of the dwindling mead. Join us, Hunter, they chortle, when you look for yourself. Can't take it with you? Maybe they have a point. On the other hand, these supplies could be stretched out for days. Before you can pass judgment, a scraping and rumbling grows until it shakes the empty cups scattered around the floor. Oh, great. Terror drags the sluggards to their feet. This must be what the dwarves have been up to this whole time. Feign, slurs a man, pulling down a barrel. That's why they didn't scale the wall. Feign them all. So, we're alone with a bunch of drunkards. Yeah, that's not gonna go well. We're just gonna steal the supplies and wait for everyone else to show up. Leave the meat alone, you shout angrily, pushing a man up the stairs, and send some real help if you're going to be useless quickly. An eternity later, backup comes down the stairs. What took you so long, you shout. It's not just here, Leo replies. Oh, great. Then we send them back to the dirt quickly. Yeah, there it is. Luden. Welcome back to the party. Right. Oh boy. At this point, they dug their way under the wall. I mean, they're right, it's never been breached before. That's fun. Da, 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 da. Come on, then, Ubin. What are your abilities? You got Tempest and Reveal Weakness. Give him a good smack. Bonk. Ow. You can just straight up kill him. Bye! Looted! Da 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 da. Bonk. Alright. Rook. If you'd kindly. Uh-oh. Alright. Come on then. Who are we gonna... So we can kill like anyone. So might as well kill the big boy. Biggest threat and all that. I wonder if we'll be able to make it all the way to the end of the round before they pop up. Haven't been able to do that a lot lately. It's disconcerting. If you can deal just like 15 damage, just do that. Ludin can take care of him. These guys will go down next turn. Rook, if you could actually just do your special thing. No, not. Come on. There we go. Doesn't matter. There we go. Might as well come over here. Ouch. He's gonna have to step through the... He's gonna lose all his willpower regardless. Might as well use some of it. Tempest again, just kill them. I think this is the best battle we've had in a long time. Oh, you can't reach at all. Ew. There's no way you'll be able to reach. Just kill him. Shoot him. Nope. We're good. This is the first victory we've had in a little bit, so this is nice. The basement is dark and silent once again. The survivors hustle to seal and cover the holes. You're suddenly glad you saved the mead because you could use a drink right now. Someone is telling Zephyr that only half the men are Oh, that's perfect. How much time do we buy? 4 days. Oh, thank God. That should be enough, right? Right? We can make it to the tower. Please. Fuck. It's right there. We missed our little words because we had it earlier when we were teleporting back to Arberrang. It's right there. Let me up. Let me up. In the back of your mind, you always knew it was coming. A fearsome figure stands... Yep. Almost started to worry you wouldn't make it, Bulwark growls. How is he not warped? Like, let's be real here. I knew I'd see your smiling faces again. I was expecting the serpent myself. The serpent carved a path for me straight to this place. You remember the quakes near the cliffs and put the pieces together. You must be getting pretty desperate if it brought you here to deal with us. On the contrary, seems like a great idea to me. Go ahead and try some mind tricks, see what rage really looks like. This is the last chance for a reason, Bulwark. Your ravens can survive this. They're not mine anymore, witch. You know, I saw this place in my dreams, so this is where the Valka did all their dirty deeds? Stole your powers? Never thought I'd end up taking the Dredge's side. Didn't have to come all the way to fail here. We could attack him now. Stopping this would be the biggest mistake. Attack him now. He's not gonna... We're going to fight. You lunge... There's no way, yeah, there's no way that conversation is ending in anything but a fight, considering the whole trip's been leading up to him. But don't worry, we'll deal with him next time, guys. See you then.